I izbila je neka frka drama oko nekog filma u najavi koji se zove Wicked. Sad glumica je imala problem sa nekim posterom i da bi videli o čemu se radi, nalazimo se na kanalu kod Critical Drinkera još jedan put. Ajde vidimo.
You know, they say that social media has been one of the worst things to happen to modern culture since the Kardashians were spawned into existence, but I tend to disagree. The truth is that it's actually one of the worst things to happen to the cult of celebrity.
Postali su patetični jako u posljednjih par godina.
Exposing more stupidity, nuclear level bad takes, and causing more goofy meltdowns than any other form of media in human history. Case in point, Cynthia Erivo, star of the upcoming live-action adaptation of Wicked, who for some reason picked the most bizarre of all hills to die on a couple of days ago, kicked off a social media firestorm, and as a result is now in hot competition with Rachel Zegler and
Gde su joj sakrivene oči, nešto tu bio problem.
Amanda Stenberg to be crowned the most whiny, entitled and unlikable actress of 20...
Svi su entitled. Svi su postali entitled, ne znam zašto, to je toliko grozno postalo to ponašanje ljudi. Jednostavno nemam reći više.
24. Damn, talk about strong playing fields. Now, right off the bat...
Propastili su sebi karijere i propastili filmove u kojima se nalazi, evo, Snežani 7 patuljaka još nije zašli, Bog zna da li će izaći uopšte i ne znam zašto bi izlazila kad će samo propasti. Samo će biti u finansijskom gubitku, već jesu.
To make it clear that I've got no particularly strong feelings about Wicked as a movie project. Believe it or not,
Nemam ni ja, ne znam iskreno ni o čemu se radi zapravo.
I actually went and saw the stage show in London a few years ago, and I thought it was pretty good.
Gay!
I mean, it's not exactly my usual media diet.
Čekaj, to si rekao i u Jokeru 2, isto da nije, ali ti se svidelo, ali kao ne voliš muzikle, šta se dešava s tom?
Yeah, but out of all the things that you can be guilted into seeing with your girlfriend, well, there's worse stuff out there. Believe that.
Da, naravno. Oh my god, koliko deluje ima ovoga više.
And I can't say I was surprised when Universal picked up the film rights because let's be honest, Wicked was practically the inspiration for the
To je
modern
Ariana Grande, ljudi.
trend of redefining irredeemably evil female villains into cool, relatable,
Da,
misunderstood...
to mi se jako ne sviđa. Nekom se sviđa ova ideja što su napravili, ali meni se izuzetno ne sviđa. Jednostavno počinju da ignorišu da postoje zle osobe. To mi nije jasno. Znači, bila je dobra vila, bila je zla vila, sad ta zla vila nije zla vila, nego nije shvaćena.
Anti-heroes who are usually pushed unwillingly down a villainous path by a far more evil white guy. Sorry Disney, but it doesn't matter how many layers of punky...
I ovo isto, mislim, tela je da ubije 101 Dalmatinca, čoveče, napravi sebi jaknu njihovu krznu, šta već, mislim. I odjedan put su napravili film gde ona i nije tako loša osoba, u stvari, kao što smo mislili.
Rebellious, tough chick makeup you slather onto her, you're never ever gonna get me to identify with a woman who wants to murder puppies so she can turn them into designer
Upravo to, bravo.
handbags. Anyway, I digress. So Wicked was all teed up and ready to go, with its premiere barely a month away, and as far as I could tell, the atmosphere around the movie seemed to be pretty positive. The trailers were well received, there was no major controversies around the production, and none of the cast had said or done anything particularly retarded, unlike other movies we could name. But that was all about to change. The problems began on October 16th when a
Znači, ovo je problem. Neko je napravio ovu desnu sliku i zbog toga je izbio problem sa ovom glumicom levo.
Twitter user revealed a fan
Realno više mi se sviđa ova desna slika.
of the movie poster with star Cynthia Erivo's face partially hidden by the shadows of her witch's hat, just like the original stage show poster.
Aha, ovo je originalni poster. Znači, ovo je nešto što je bilo kod njih u pozorištima. I ovo je originalni poster i ovaj podsjeća u stvari na onaj drugi što smo videli.
And as I'm about to demonstrate to you, they had a pretty good reason to do it. The intention was to recapture the intriguing mixture of dark, mysterious danger, knowing sardonic humor, and subtle sensuality of the stage version. Because believe it or not, a lot of thought actually went into that poster, and it's really fucking good at what it does. The ironic smirk suggests a protagonist who knows things the audience and other characters don't, who may have sinister intentions in mind, or just views the world around her with the nonchalant amusement of someone who knows exactly who she is and what she wants to become way before anyone else has figured it out. The bright red lips create a striking visual contrast with the green skin and suggest the understated sexuality of women's lipstick, evoking images of the dangerous but alluring femme fatale archetype that's been a staple of fiction for centuries now. Lastly, there's the eyes, which are hidden, and for very good reasons, so pay attention to this one, 007. The eyes, as they say, are a window to the soul. They can tell you a great deal about what a person's really feeling, and making direct eye contact with someone is a show of trust and confidence, because you're opening yourself up to them, you're inviting them in, and showing them that you've got nothing to hide. But when you look in a person's eyes and they don't match their facial expression, you notice it right away because your brain's trying to warn you that they might be trying to deceive you. Ever heard the old saying of the smile that doesn't quite reach the eyes? Well, there you go. But if you remove the eyes altogether from an image, it takes away our biggest insight into a person's true motivations and intentions. Now they're no longer open, trusting and honest. They're mysterious, closed off and enigmatic. They could be thinking anything and you wouldn't really know it because you can't see. We don't see her eyes in the poster, so we don't know who she really is, and whether the look in them matches the smile that we see. The overall effect is to create a subtle but very important sense of ambiguity and mystery. This is
Ok, sve ovo što ispričao ima veoma smisla. I bukvalno kad gledate ovaj poster i dobijete takav utisak, baš ovo što je rekao. To je ono kao kad u galeriju uđete pa kad gledate umetnička dela pa onda razmišljate šta bi moglo znači. Tako isto mi deluje i ovo.
A character we're not meant to know yet, who could ultimately be good or evil, and seems to enjoy the mystery of keeping her true nature hidden from us. She's in on the joke already because she knows where all this is leading, and she wants you, the audience, to go on that journey with her, and maybe learn a few things that you didn't expect along the way. Like I say, it's very smart, making use of simple and striking imagery to convey complex ideas and subtly encouraging the audience to find out more.
U prenesenom značenju ima šta da se kaže.
Then there's the movie poster, which abandons all of that carefully constructed mystery, ambiguity, and...
Ne, ovo nema veze, ovde da, sad kontam, znači ovde se vide oči, njene usne isto takođe niti su crvene, niti daju ikakav znak nečemu, ko da gleda u nešto, ne znam ja u šta gleda koji đavo. Ništa ne dobijemo od ove slike. Realno ona malo pre imala mnogo više smisla nego ovo.
Compellingly complex mix of femme fatale sensuality and dark moody aloofness, and instead just has the protagonist staring blankly at the audience like she's vaguely confused by what's being whispered in her ear. The knowing, mysterious smile with the bright red lipstick is gone, replaced by a straight, nonplussed expression that means nothing at all. The eyes, the facial expression, the use of light and shadow, and the monotone green face convey nothing of interest to the audience.
Da, ovo stvarno ne govori ništa. Evo, gledam je baš direktno u oči i gledam generalno uopšte sve i ne dobijem nikakav utisak. Ono malo pre što smo gledali onaj poster za predstavu baš ima smisla i baš te nekako ubaci u razmišljanje. Ovo ne.
Entity staring gormlessly straight at the camera with nothing to say and no secrets to reveal. Now, these little facts of artistic design were probably...
Evo te razlike. I već samim ti što su sakrili oči, što su ubacili crvene usne i taj smešak na jednu stranu lica, već je mnogo bolji poster nego ovaj levo.
Well known to the person who made the fan edit, which is why the image quickly went viral amongst Wicked fans and eventually came to the attention of Cynthia herself. Now, this is one of those little...
To je fan uradio neki. Ja sam mislio da je ta produkcijska kuća izbacila još neki poster, pa je ona uzela za pravo da se buni.
Forks in the road that life sometimes presents us with. A choice about how to react to a given situation, and that choice can have pretty big repercussions further down the roads. On the one hand, she could have chosen the safe option and said nothing at all, because why bother, really? It's just an image that someone made. It doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't affect how people feel about the movie in general.
Da, kako je uopšte ona došla do te slike i videla. Da li je postala viralno iz nekog razloga, pa je došlo i do nje? Verovatno, ali okej, i šta i da je došlo? Ne razumijem u čemu je problem uopšte.
As an actor, you're not obliged to react to every image or piece of fan fiction that crops up online. It's not your job. Or she could have chosen the gracious option, which is to compliment the artist and say something blandly positive like, wow, this movie has the best fans ever. So creative. Can't wait to see you all at the theater when it releases next month.
To ovo upravo što je rekao je toliko normalno zvučalo i većina ovih mladih ljudi sada u Hollywoodu ne zna ovako nešto da kaže, nego se uvek iživljava i pljuje po fanovima. Uvek urade nešto sasvim drugačije i neku tešku budalaštinu naprave. Ovo što je sada Critical Drinker rekao, to je profesionalno i bezbolno. Šta više daješ pozitivnu energiju fanovima koji će verovatno još više biti podstaknuti da odu u bioskop i gledaju ovaj film. Logično.
That would have shown a magnanimous side to her and helped to promote the movie at the same time. Good job. Or there's the third option, which I like to call the 2016 election approach. Guess which one she chose.
This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen, equal to that awful AI that's fighting, equal to posing the question, is your green? None of this is funny, none of it is cute. It degrades me, it degrades us. The original poster is an illustration. I am a real-life human being who chose to look down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer, because without words we communicate with our eyes. Our poster is an homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me. And that is just deeply hurtful.
Really?
You know, it's actually kind of tough to watch public meltdowns like this because they're so completely unnecessary.
Brate, ali moguće da si ovo izgovorila uopšte? Evo, uporedite ovo i uporedite onu rečenicu koja bi bila normalna da se kaže u ovoj situaciji što je Critical Drinker rekao. Ne. Znate šta je problem? Problem je što su ovi ljudi u Americi pogotovo jako puno entitled. Oni su jako sebi i trebalo bi drugima da budu bitni iz nekog razloga. Ne, nije bitan fan ovde, nije bitan film, bitno je ona što su joj sakrili oči, sa kojima ona gleda u tebe, posmatraču i tako komunicira. A ovo što ste sada uradili stvarno nije u redu, obrisali ste, mislim, ne razumijem kako su je obrisali, šta pričaš, zašto, brate, ovakve reakcije?
It would be like starting a fight with someone because they said they like the shirt you're wearing. It really should go without saying that the golden rule with fan criticism is either not to respond to it at all or be polite and professional and just wave it away without a care in the world. Because the moment you let people know that they're getting to you by clapping back at them publicly is the same moment that you inspire hundreds of other people to do the same thing.
Čovječe, ti si sad izazvala backlash među fanovima, siguran sam da si upropastila dobru priliku da film zaradi kako treba. Siguran sam da posle ovoga neće zaraditi onako kako je mogao da zaradi. Pre ovog skandala koji si napravila.
The battle you're simply never going to win because you're outnumbered thousands to one. And in this case it's even worse because it's a battle that didn't need to be fought in the first place. The person who made the artwork was just an innocent fan sharing an idea, and if she'd ignored it...
Ja sam mislio da je neka produkcijska kuća to odradila pa je ona pošizela.
Probably would have fizzled out in a matter of days and nobody would have cared.
Kao da sam ja to uradio.
Instead, she decided to declare war on someone who didn't deserve it, and it just made her look petty and insecure. And consider for a moment the language of her tweet, because this is important. I am a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera at you, the viewer. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me.
To, bravo, Critical Drinker. Znači, ovo je sada je bukvalno izvuk ono što sam malo preobjašnjavao. Znači, toliko su entitled, samo sam ja bitna, ja. To je veliki problem u današnjoj civilizaciji uopšte, među ljudima. Sve češće ljudi ovako razmišljaju, ne razmišljaju ni o čemu drugom osim o svojoj pozadini. Kako vam više nije muka od sebe, brate, mili?
Notice how many times she uses the words I and me. It's like she doesn't quite understand that she's just an actor playing a role, and the movie is about her character and not her as a person. No, this is my movie, my poster, my face, and what I choose to show you, the lowly viewer, and you will accept what I choose to give you without question.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
To vam je ono, don't ask questions, just consume the product. Bukvalno to je to.
You know, this kind of main character syndrome is by no means unique to Hollywood actresses, but man, it's tough to think of any group that have embraced it quite as wholeheartedly as them. Before Cynthia, there was Amanda Stenberg. Before her, there was Rachel Zegler. Before her, there was Brie Larson. And before her, there was Jennifer Lawrence. All of them bought into their own hype just a little too much, allowed their egos to get just a little too big, started to believe that their work was above reproach, that their opinions were the only ones that mattered, that they would be the ones to...
Jako su se istripovali te hollywoodske zvezde, a sad vam je malo frka, sad se niko ne oglašava, sad ste se svi povukli u mišje rupe, od kad je Puff Diddy na suđenju i od kad je sve ovo puklo. Sad ćemo tek da vidimo ko ste vi zapravo.
Punch back at the critics and silence the haters for goods. And well, where did it get them? Lawrence and Larson haven't headlined a major movie in years. Zegler's more toxic than a romantic weekend in Chernobyl. And as for Stenberg, well, at least she's got her music career to fall back on. And it seems like the same thing might well be happening to good old Cynthia right now. The backlash against her meltdown has been massive, souring what seems to be a mostly positive build-up for her movie, and it's almost certainly going to encourage more people to troll her on social media. And it's kind of sad because all of this could have been avoided if she just learned the one skill that every celebrity needs to learn on social media. The subtle art of shutting the fuck up. Anyway, that's all I've got for today.
Go away now. Eto ti kakav trip. Znači, glumica je napravila scenu zato što je fan napravio od ovog postera koji je napravljen za film i iskombinovao sa posterom koji je pravljen za pozorište, originalni poster. I dobio je ovo desno. To je bio problem. Glumica se baš osjetila povređenom, kao da ste je obrisali, ne samo oči da je dirate, pobogu. Mislim, kao prvo, ne znam zašto uopšte u početku isprva niste napravili isti poster kao što je bio za pozorište, isti ovakav desno poster. Zašto su uopšte usne zelene? Zašto se nije potrudila da napravi taj poluosmeh? Čemu pege? Zašto? Zato što ona mora da se vidi, njeno lice mora da je na posteru, to je njen ponos, ne daj Bože da je prikriješ ovako oči, totalni haos. Ne mogu da verujem koliko su tamo ljudi postali uobraženi, te hollywoodske zvezde su postale katastrofa. Ali, kao što rekoh, i tome će doći kraj, mislim da se upravo približava i njihov kraj, jedva čekam da vidim ceo ishod posle ovog suđenja sa Puff Diddyjem, vidimo ko će sve isplivati od njih kao totalni monstrum, a verujem da ih ima jako puno. U svakom slučaju ovo bilo ludnica za saznati da danas ni fan nečega ne sme da izrazi svoju umetnost na internetu, a da ne bude napadnut i to od strane hollywoodskih zvezda. Očigledno danas ne smeš više da se izraziš ni kroz umetnost više, a da ne budeš napadnut od nečije strane. Ne znam šta da kažem još, šta vi mislite ljudi, je li ovo normalno ponašanje? Zar ne bi bilo normalno da se svi profesionalno ponašaju? Da nije odreagovala na ovo ili da je odreagovala normalno, profesionalno, svima bi bilo dobro, i fanovima i njoj. Ono što ja mislim da je problem kod njih, što ne znaju da kontrolišu svoje emocije, što su vrlo uobraženi i kako to oni kažu entitled. Jednostavno ta njihova populacija je prigrlila ono najgore od ljudskih osobina što je moglo da se prigrli i otud ovolika konfuzija u svim segmentima našeg života, pa evo i u entertainmentu. Jednostavno to je tako danas, za sad. Napišite mi dole u komentarima šta vi mislite u vezi cele ove drame, koji vam se poster više sviđa, da li mislite da je ova glumica s razlogom odreagovala ovako burno na fanfiction poster, ili mislite da je ovo sve totalno nerazumno. Ukoliko vam se sviđa ove moje reakcije, zveknite like, ukoliko bi volili da pratite ovaj moj sadržaj u budućnosti, kliknite na subscribe, takođe mogli biste kliknuti i notifikaciono zvonce koje će imati sposobnost da vas obaveštava čim izađe moj novi video. Toliko od mene za sada, vidimo se u drugoj nekoj reakciji. Sve naj!